Hi. Uh, in last video we have seen the double field revolving theory. We also have concluded that the double acts for a double field revolving theory, the net torque is 0. But in this video we are also going to draw the torque slip characteristics, and through that and through some equations again we are going to prove it, and both should be come under double field revolving theory only. Now we have seen already the power flow equations, that is the total power generated in the rotor. We can call it as a PG or P3. So there are four stages in the power flow, that is the P1 supply given to the stator, then we have a stator loss, and then input to the rotor, then we have the rotor losses, then we have the total power generated, that is P3 or PG we can say, and then we have the mechanical losses, and then we have the output power, that is at the shaft. So this is the total mechanical power generated at the rotor. This formula, it is same like a three-phase induction motor. The formula is like this, that is either it is P3 or PG, which is equal to 1 minus S by S into copper loss, that is I2 square, rotor square, current square, then R2. Now P3, if you have any doubt in the power flow equations of three-phase induction motor, please go and refer my previous videos on this particular topic. Then you will understand how do we get these equations. Like now coming to P3, what is a P3? As per mechanical terms, if we write, the P3 is 2 pi, this here it is the rotor speed and then the gross torque Tg. Now this rotor speed, if we write in terms of RPM, then we have to write divided by 60, that is per minute. But if it is per second, it can be just NR. So which is equal to 1 minus S by S, then I2 square R2. Now let us find only the torque, because we are going to prove that the torque is 0. That is due to two fluxes rotating in opposite direction. The net torque, that is the gross torque produced, will be 0. This is what we want to prove it. So that is equal to, so this completely will come this side. So it becomes 1 by 2 pi NR. Then 1 minus S by S into I2 square R2. Now we know what is the formula for NR. What is the formula for NR? From the previous equations we know that is the NR equal to NS into 1 minus S. So simply we have to replace in this NR. Then what do we get? Okay. So after substituting, we can rewrite this equation like this. So Tg equal to 1 by 2 pi. In the place of NR, simply replace NS into 1 minus S. And now we have here one more S, and here 1 minus S, and here I2 square R2. Okay, and now what will happen? We know this 1 minus S, this will be removed. Now this term 1 by 2 pi NS, this is a constant. So we can write Tg is equal to K dot I2 square R2 by S. So this is the gross torque generated at the rotor, general gross torque. But we should find out now what is the forward torque and what is the backward torque. So for finding that, what is the difference for the backward and forward? The difference is only one thing, that is the slip is different. So from this given forward torque, we can write, this is gross torque, from that we can write forward torque and backward torque. Now what is forward torque? Here forward torque is equal to K I2 square R2 divided by S, because there is no change in the slip. It is for the forward torque, slip is slip only. But for the backward torque, the slip is different. Slip value is different, which already we have seen in the part 1. So the backward torque be equal to K I2 square R2, but the slip is now 2 minus S. Okay, 2 minus s. Now what is our next step? We have to find out the gross torque. So the gross torque is the addition of both Tf and Tb. So when we add it, what the answer we get is K I2 square R2 divided by S plus K I2 square R2 divided by 1 minus S. Now when the gross torque will be developed? When the rotor is standstill, when there is no, when we give the supply, the rotor is not rotating already. So at that starting, the rotor is under standstill. When it is in standstill, we know the slip value is always equal to 1. Okay, so at standstill position, since the slip value is equal to 1, we replace this equal to 1 and this will be equal to 1. Now both are equal and here it is minus, because backward torque considered it as a minus because it is opposite direction. So Tf minus this one, here it is minus only. So it cancels. Now hence the gross torque Tg is equal to 0. So this is a proof. So first what we do, we derive the gross torque, then we substitute the slip value of forward torque and we substitute the value of slip at the time of backward torque and we add it, and then we get this value. Now when we draw the characteristics, how does it look? The slip value in single phase induction motor changes from 0 to 2. So here it is like this. At the standstill, S value is equal to 1. Here it is like it goes like this, 0.2, 0.8, 0.6, 0.4, 0.2, then 0 like this. And here this is 1, and here it goes like this, 1.2, 1.4, 1.6, and here it is 2. Now this is the condition. We know the torque and slip characteristics of 3-phase induction motor. It's the same relation. For the smaller value of slip, the characteristics follows the linear characteristics, and once it reaches the maximum value, then it comes under the region of the higher value of slip value, then it starts reducing. So it comes like this. Then in the for the this is for the forward. For the backward, what happens? It goes like the same. So it is like this. So this will be the forward, this will be the forward, and this will be the backward torque. So both are opposite direction and it is same. Okay. So finally, when we find out the gross torque can be drawn like this. This will be the outer one, we can say it is a gross torque. So ultimately both are equal and cancels each other, and hence the gross torque, that is the net torque, is equal to 0. So this is the reason we can say that a single phase induction motor does not start on its own. It is not a self-starting machine. Okay, so we need some methods to make it self-starting. So in next lectures we will see the types of starting methods of single phase induction motor. Okay, I hope you like this video and I hope you clearly understood. If you like it, please share and subscribe. Thank you.